Hello and good day. So I'm coming to you today with another story. So I had a lady that contacted me. She said that she was in her vehicle. She was going through a lot, so she drove off. She pulled over in the mall parking lot. She said she just started crying and started praying. Um, so she said she heard God's voice. So it led her to me. She looked up my information. She said, as soon as I saw you, I heard the voice that said, "This is the person that can help you." So she contacted me. So we started to speak. So I called her into my office. When she came into the office, I noticed that she was very uncomfortable. She was doing like a lot of moving, a lot of squirming. Just she couldn't sit still. Whenever that happens, the demons are very uncomfortable when they come around me. So they'll start moving. She started to laugh. Now, I knew what the laugh was. I heard a lot. That just let me know that she had Jezebel, the spirit named Jezebel that was attached to her. So Jezebel, whenever she gets nervous, it's a demonic laugh that she'll make. So she was making this. She kept laughing. Um, she started making a bunch of demonic faces, and she kept getting irritated with me. And she was telling me, she was like, "I'm starting to get mad," and I knew that this was the demon that was attached to her. So I started seeing a lot of witchcraft around her, a lot of black magic. I started seeing her doing like rituals, spells, and working with candles. So I asked her, I said, I'm seeing a lot of witchcraft around you. Are you involved in witchcraft? So she was like, well, no, no. So I kept saying she wasn't being truthful. I knew something wasn't right. So then I started seeing a lot of witches that were around her. So I said, you a witch? And then she tried to deny that. Then she came out and said, well, I don't hurt anyone. I don't hurt anyone. So she had been a practicing witch for over 35 years. Now the thing about this, she was married to a Freemason. That didn't work out. And then she was married to a warlock. So a warlock is a male witch. So this just made her situation worse. Now, I was telling her that she also had something called a Congo spirit that was in her. Now, Congo spirits, these are very wild, aggressive spirits. They do a lot of fighting. So I told her, I said, you have this Congo spirit that is attached to you, and you got a lot of anger that's built up and a lot of aggression. So she started laughing, and she said, you see, she showed me her hand, and she said, if you see this Band-Aid, I just put this up here a couple of hours ago. Her hand was all cut up, and I said, well, what happened? And then she told me that she just bought a brand new flat screen that was like 65-inch flat screen television, and she went over to it and just started punching it and started breaking it with her fist. So she cut her hand all up. She said, I don't even know why I did that. So I told her, this is the spirit that is in you. So she's dealing with a possession. So as I'm talking to her, I'm noticing that her eyes are turning black. That's definitely a red flag when you see a person eyes that are black, because when they're possessed, you'll start seeing things like that. Now she has these witchcraft spirits attached to her, Congo spirits. She just had a lot of things that were going on. So she was telling me that she had been going around to different churches and pastors for help. So one of the pastors that she went to, she told me, he started praying over her, and she jumped on him, started punching him in the face, started beating him up. So of course that deliverance didn't turn out too good. So she went to another church. They tried to pray over her. This is supposed to have been like a well-known pastor. The deliverance didn't work. So they decided to fly someone in. She went to another church. They flew someone in who, specialized in this, flew him in, and from out of the country. And he started praying over her. She started to levitate. Now she's levitating off the ground. She's levitating straight up. Then she's moving to the right, moving to the left. And then she told me she just hit the ground. So a lot of people in the church just ran out, and the pastor said there was nothing that he could do. He couldn't help her out. So she continued to look for help, but either people were scared or they just couldn't help her out. So that's how she was led to me. So I told her that I would help her with this. Now, Her husband didn't believe in this. He thought this was a game and she was pretending. I kept telling him it's not a game, that all of this stuff is real. So I started working with her. I pray over people. I also prepare these spiritual baths. So I prepare these spiritual baths and I make them in mason jars. This is a way that I do deliverance as well. So I do it through prayer, and I can also make these baths, and I make them out of different salts, sea salts, baking soda. I can pray over them. I could turn these baths into liquid fire in the spiritual realm, and so this will destroy the demons. So I did this, and the husband was telling me when she got in the bathtub, she poured the bath in the bathtub, and she started to yell and scream. Different voices started coming out of her, and it was saying that the fire was burning. The fire was burning them. So it was different demons that were screaming. And it was saying that the fire was all over their body and it was burning them. So she was trying to jump out of the bathtub. So he had to hold her down. She also told him to take all of the knives and all the glasses out of the house because the demons were telling her to cut him up and just break and destroy everything. So he had to remove everything from out of the house. He was very scared. He started telling me that she was getting up around 2 or 3 in the morning, and she would be sitting Indian style in the middle of the floor just chanting demonic chants and demonic tongues. So yeah, so he's frightened at this point. She would just get up in the middle of the night, start trying to fight, trying to anything that she could destroy. That's what she was trying to do. So he didn't know what to do. So he would have to go to sleep at night and hold her to make sure that she wasn't getting up in the middle of the night trying to do anything. Now, she started trying to pick up the spiritual baths and was trying to throw them and was trying to break them. So I told him, I said, take the spiritual baths and go hide them inside your truck. So when she wasn't home, he took the spiritual baths, he hid them in the back of his truck, all the way in the back, and he threw clothes over them. Later on that evening, they went out to eat. He said she got in the truck and she said, I feel sick. And he said she turned around and looked at him and said, get those damn baths out of here. I know you got them in. Her whole face, like it shape shift and it changed to like a demonic face. He said, what are you talking about? And he said, a demonic voice said, you know what I'm talking about. It's those damn baths. I know they're in here. Get them out. They're making me sick. So at this point, he knows that it's real. So he decides to go and take holy water and throw holy water all throughout the house. I told him don't do that because sometimes that will irritate the demon, but he goes and he does this anyway. So once he does this, she comes home and she automatically comes home and just start taking everything and flipping it over. So the holy water, it did irritate her, and just had her just trying to break everything up. So it was much worse. Yeah, so just a lot that was going on with this case. And again, because of all of the black magic that she was involved in, all of the witchcraft, she was doing all types of money spells. So I will speak to the witches and anybody else that's casting spells, working with candles. Just because you're doing these things now and maybe nothing's happening, it does not mean that you're in the clear. The karma will catch up with you. It will build up. It came back and it got her 35 years later. So you can be doing it now and maybe you're not getting affected. It can come and it can catch you at any moment. And so this has pretty much turned her life upside down. Her husband, he's constantly have to leave work early because he's so worried about her. He's stressed out. He's scared, thinking that she's going to try to take her life. I had to come over a couple of times on some emergency calls to pray over her, and she was speaking to the demonic tongues, and she just fainted, and she fell, and she just hit the ground, and she started to shake. So the demons were telling me how much, the demons was talking through her and telling me how much they hated me and to get out and was cursing me out. So yeah, so this was a very, very serious case. But I am complete with her. Yeshua works through me to free people. She is completely delivered now. She's a totally different person. She's very happy. Her husband, he just can't believe it. He's telling me how much energy she has. She's cleaning up the house. She's listening to a lot of gospel music. He said she's just a total different person. She's calm. She doesn't fight. No arguing. So Yeshua has freed her. Everyone.